I'm River Gibbs. When young people in my generation want some entertainment, all we have to do is go to the internet, or maybe see a movie, or check out the 300 channels on our cable TV box. But when my grandparents were young, aside from reading a good book or spending Saturday at the movies, the best way to have fun was to listen to the radio. During the next hour, we'll turn back the clock and hear the old-time radio shows young America liked the best. Radio serials started in the earliest days of radio. During the 1930s, there were many wonderful serial dramas, most of them 15 minutes a day, airing Monday through Friday. One of the earliest series was created and pressed onto records for mailing to radio stations back in 1937. It was called Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police. The show followed the exploits of a junior high school boy who, amazingly, was asked by his uncle, a member of the International Secret Police, to follow him around the world hunting for infamous criminals. There were nearly 200 shows created with Speed and his uncle fighting crime around the world. I thought it might be interesting to play the first and last in the series. So, from 1937, here is the initial episode of Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police.
Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police.
Ceiling zero, ceiling zero, ceiling zero, ceiling zero, ceiling zero.
Clint Barlow, one of the youngest, most brilliant, and trusted men in the International Secret Police, has just brought a spectacular criminal case to a successful conclusion. Now he is about to go on a well-earned vacation, and we find him in his rooms with Speed Gibson, his orphaned 15-year-old nephew whom he is raising. He has his hands full, for Speed is the typical American boy, interested in shortwave radio, aviation, and most of all, in the International Secret Police. Because of Speed's interest in the organization and his evident aptitude, Clint has been teaching him as many rules and regulations of the secret police as he could without violating his oath of secrecy. As a result, Speed looks on crime as the height of weakness, failure, and cowardice, and has determined to do his part to end it. His admiration for his uncle and his work drives Speed on to study everything useful to a member of the secret police, for he is determined to join that organization and work with Clint. At the moment, however, Speed is working on a model of the China Clipper while Clint is reclining on the couch, snowed under with travel folders.
Oh, boy. This is the life. Nothing in the world to do but decide where to go on a vacation. Let's see now. Here's Palm Springs, Miami, the mountains. Hey, Speed, where would you like to go best?
China?
China? Hey, look here, fella. I can only get away for about a week or 10 days to be reasonable.
What's that, Uncle Clint?
Oh, no, you didn't hear a word I said. Come back from wherever you are and listen to me, will you? This is important.
Gee, I'm sorry, Clint. But when I get working on this Clipper model, I forget about everything else around me.
You imagine you're actually flying in it, huh? I suppose I yanked you back from Wake Island when I asked you where we ought to go for our vacation.
No, I believe it was Midway.
Say, Speed, with your imagination, you could stay right in this room and fly all over the world.
Yeah, but I'd lot rather really fly, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know flying is my middle name. I've had enough traveling for a while. What I want to find now is a nice, quiet place where there's nothing to do but rest.
Oh, heck, that's no fun.
Well, maybe not for you, but it's fun for me. On my vacation, I'm going to do nothing but enjoy the beauties of nature.
Oh. Someone's at the door.
So I hear. See who it is, Speed. If it's anyone for me, tell them I've gone to China.
Okay. Oh, it's Barney.
Hello, kid. Is the mastermind at home?
Yeah, he's on the couch trying to find a vacation spot where he can do nothing but admire the beauties of nature.
Well, he don't have to go away on a vacation to do that as long as he's got me around.
Oh, say, when you come around, I see nothing but trouble. Now, you better not tell me that you've just come from headquarters and that the chief wants to see me about another job.
Can't a guy drop in for a friendly visit without being accused of everything under the sun?
I'm glad you came, Barney. Look at my clipper model.
Say, that's a beaut, kid. First thing we know, you'll be piloting one of them clipper planes across the water.
Maybe. But I'm going to be in the secret police like Clint and you. That's why I've been studying all the rules and regulations and asking you and Clint so many questions.
Well, you've got a flair for it, all right, Speed. But you know, it's the hardest work a man can do.
I'll say it is. Especially when you're in the strong-arm division like me. That's what you want to work for, kid.
Oh, is that so? Oh, listen, you big ox. Brains will get you out of many a fix that brawn never could.
I thought I'd get you off of that couch sooner or later.
The first time he's been off is his breakfast, Barney.
And you'll notice I didn't use any muscles getting him off either. It was brains. Who was it said he had the brains and me the brawn for our partnership, huh?
Both have plenty of both, if you ask me. I don't know what that's going to leave me when I start working with you.
Oh, now don't worry, Speed. You have youth, a fresh viewpoint. Say, we've been in the game so long, we're apt to get in a rut. You'll be able to see many things that we may overlook.
Well, now that that's all settled, is there anything to eat in this place?
No, but that's an idea. What do you say you go out and buy some food and bring it back here?
Oh, yeah? If I get food, I should come back here with it.
Oh, please, Barney.
Can I go on your vacation with you if I do? Huh?
Nothing doing. I see enough of you when I'm working with you. I want to rest in peace.
Yeah. If it wasn't for me, you'd have been resting in peace long ago. I've gotten you out of plenty of scrapes. Why, the time...
All right. Now, yes, I admit that I couldn't breathe if it weren't for you. But if you'll only forget the past and stop talking shop. I'm on my vacation, my boy, even if I am still at home.
I bet you'll stay at home, too, Clint. The chief will have a new case for you before we can get away.
He will not, because we're leaving tonight.
Where you going?
I don't know yet. And I do know it'll be someplace where headquarters can't reach me.
Uh-oh.
So you're going on a vacation, huh?
Answer it, Speed, and say I'm not here.
But, Clint...
Answer it.
Hello? Oh, hello, sir. Yeah, he's here. It's for you, Clint. It's the chief.
Speaks well for your training, Clint. The kid won't lie even for you.
No, sir. Hello, Chief. Yes, we're leaving tonight.
Gee, if it's another big job, I wish you'd take it.
What's that, Chief? Oh, now look here, sir. You promised me a vacation, and I'm going to hold you to that promise. Well, if something's up, let the other boys handle it. Why, sure, you're plenty of good men. Yes? No. Yes? No.
I wish he'd make up his mind.
Shh, I want to hear.
Oh, yes, I can reach Barney Dunlap for you. He's right here. What's that, Chief? You want Speed?
Gee, the chief wants me.
Pipe down and listen.
Oh, no, I can't do that, sir. I'm very sorry, but... Oh, yes, I'll send Barney over, but don't count on me. And certainly not Speed. What's that, Chief? The octopus. I'll be right over. Yes, sir.
What's on the fire, Clint?
What'd the chief want me for, Clint?
The vacation's off, Speed. Come on, Barney. We got to get down to headquarters right away. The octopus gang's at work again.
The octopus gang? Suffering whangdoodles. Where to now?
Hong Kong. Oh, where's my tie? Where's that comb?
Here they are, Clint. But what's the octopus gang?
It's the worst criminal gang in modern history, Speed. No one has ever seen the leader, the octopus, but his organization covers the earth, exactly like the tentacles of a giant octopus. He's diabolical, a genius of evil, with a brain so brilliant that he has successfully eluded every effort made by Scotland Yard, the French Sûreté, and even our own secret police.
Gee, he's sure public enemy number one then, isn't he?
Kid, from all I've heard of him, he's a super colossal public enemy number one.
Yes, and his power is constantly growing. He must be trapped. It'll be our biggest job, Barney.
I'm ready for it, buddy.
Come on, then. The chief naturally didn't give me any details on the case over the phone. He just mentioned the octopus. But that was enough for me.
But what about me, Clint? The chief mentioned me, too, didn't he?
Oh, yes, Speed, but he had the wrong idea. Haven't time to tell you now. I will when I get back.
Oh, no, Clint. Let me go with you, please.
Now, Speed, what's the most important thing a member of the secret police must know?
How to obey orders.
Well, then, as your superior officer, I order you to remain here until we get back.
Yes, sir.
And carry on with the China Clipper while we're gone, fella.
Gee, Barney, how can I work on a clipper model when there's something really big in the air?
Well, kid, I don't know.
I wonder what the chief wanted with me. Oh, doggone
So
it.
long, kid. I'll bring some food back.
Clint always says how fine I'm doing in the secret police studies. But when I maybe get a chance to do some real work, what happens? I gotta stay home. No adventures could ever happen here at home. Oh, now what? Oh, hello.
Does Clint Barlow hang out here?
Clint Barlow? Why, he's not here.
Oh, no. Don't try shutting the door in my face. If he ain't here, that's fine. I'll just come in and wait. But not long enough for him to get back.
Who are you?
Just call me Blackie if you must call me something. Nice little joint Barlow's got here.
Well, what do you want with my uncle?
Listen, I didn't come here to answer no questions, see? Just keep out of my way and you won't get hurt. But don't bother me none.
I won't, but I gotta make a few phone
Keep
calls.
away from that phone if you want to stay healthy.
Well,
Speaking of phones, your uncle was talking on that one just a few minutes ago, wasn't he?
I don't know.
You don't, huh? And I'll tell you, he was and I wasn't here. Barlow was chinning with his chief about the octopus gang.
Octopus? That's a kind of fish, isn't it?
Sometimes. Play dumb if you want, Speed Gibson, but you ain't fooling nobody. I heard the chief talking to Barlow about you.
You heard him?
Yeah, your phone wire's tapped. I didn't learn much, but what I did hear made me kind of curious. I saw Barlow and his pal leave, so I thought I'd mosey in and learn some more.
Well, who are you?
Never mind. I'm going to take a look around. Maybe I'll find something that'll tell me more than you can.
Hey, keep away from that
Who
desk.
says so? Sit down and shut up.
Keep your hands off those things.
Keep away from me or I'll fix it so you won't worry about what I'm doing here. What's that on the table?
My clipper ship.
Yeah? I suppose your Uncle Clint made it for you.
No, I made it. It's just like the real one. The body's real heavy. I weighted it so as it'd have perfect balance.
I ain't interested in clipper ships.
Well, here's one that'll be interesting to you. Golly, I knocked him cold.
Speed! Hey, Speed, let us in. You have your lock on this door.
Yeah, I forgot my hat. Suffering wang-doodles. Who's this guy? Somebody's put him on ice. And look at Speed's clipper model. It's wrecked.
Yeah, I ruined it.
Who is this man?
He was looking through all your papers in the desk here, and he knew about you talking with the chief about the octopus gang. Said he'd tapped our wires.
Let me get the handcuffs on him.
Did I do the wrong thing, Clint?
The wrong thing. Why, you're the best man of the three of us. Come on, get your coat, Speed. You've got to come along and deliver your prisoner.
What?
If the chief doesn't make you a bona fide member of the secret police for this, I'll eat Barney's hat. Speed, you're the first person who's ever captured an octopus gangster. Come on, let's get to headquarters.
That was the first ever episode of the juvenile serial Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police. Now, the last show in the series. By the way, the reason for the musical breaks in the show is that they were where local radio stations faded out the record for a local commercial.
Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police.
Zero. Ceiling zero. Ceiling zero. Ceiling zero.
After capturing the octopus and his band of gangsters, Speed, Clint, and Barney stop off at the house of La Chaux-Tzy Ring to call for Larry Winfield and to also bid their friends farewell. Clint tells Barney to fly the secret police plane to Nagchuka and await him there while he settles last-minute affairs in Lhasa. Just as they are about to leave, shots are heard in the garden where Bob Gilmore and Chief Tipo are guarding the prisoners. It turns out that the octopus gangsters try to escape, but the Tibetan police overpower them. And now, leaving Speed and Clint to attend to the octopus and official business in Lhasa, Barney flies on to Nagchuka with Larry Winfield. We find him with Dr. Kingsley and little Jean.
And I tell you, Doc, I've had plenty of adventures and exciting times in my day, but I've never seen anything to equal when Clint had to make the choice of giving up our chances of capturing the octopus or risking Speed's life.
Must have been terrible.
Would Quan Wu have really shot Speed, Barney?
Sure he would, Jean. Them guys have no more conscience than a tadpole.
Oh.
Hey, well, what are you crying for, Jean? Speed's safe now.
I know, but I get so scared when I think of what might have happened if Bob hadn't come in time.
That's what I call real friendship, honey. I'd like to know of somebody that'd cry when they thought of what almost happened to me, only they'd be crying most of the time. That's better. Don't want Speed and Clint to see you crying when they come.
You think they'll be here soon, Barney?
Any minute. I know Clint isn't going to waste any time in getting the octopus safe behind bars. We cleaned up his gang here in Tibet, but that don't mean a thing in India, on the high seas, or any other place in the world. He's got headquarters in every country, you know. And the minute we're out of Tibet, they'll all be trying to rescue him because he's the brains of the mob. Without the octopus, they're sunk.
I'm more thankful than I can say to know that you boys have captured him at last. When I see what he's done to Marcia and Larry Winfield, two innocent people, I can easily imagine the ruin he has caused in other lives.
Yeah, that guy has plenty to answer for. Look at your own case, for instance. You was doing fine in Hong Kong until you got mixed up with the octopus. And mostly because of helping us. The secret police won't forget what you've done, Doc.
Great heaven, Barney, I only wish I could have done much more. I was so helpless.
Oh, there's a car driving up outside. Oh, Barney, is it...
Yeah, Jean, looks like Speed, Clint, and the gang, all right. Boy, they sure didn't waste any time.
Who's that elderly man getting out of the car, Barney?
That, Dr. Kingsley, is world enemy number one.
You mean the octopus?
And not an imitation. The octopus in the flesh. And, of course, you recognize Quan Wu with him.
Yes.
Here, what's the matter, Jean?
Do you mind if I hold on to your hand and Daddy's, Barney? I'm kind of afraid.
You bet I mind. Jean, I love it. But you needn't be afraid of the octopus anymore. No, sirree.
We're right this way, Speed.
Hi, Clint.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I think this corner's the best place for the octopus and Wu. We just need 2 guards inside.
Very well, Mr. Barlow. Onguard.
Well, it's good to see you all safe and sound, Clint.
Well, thanks, Doctor. And I don't mind telling you we're glad to be here. Oh, I'd like you to meet La Chaux-Tzy Ring, who's helped me more than I can say.
Well, how do you do?
How do you do? What do you think of the octopus, Dr. Kingsley?
Well, it's hard to say, Spade. It's hard to believe that this elderly man is the octopus.
Oh, we have plenty of proof as to that, Doc. What I want to know is who the octopus is.
You mean you don't know? Even after arresting him?
Not unless Speed or Clint got more out of him on the way coming here.
No, Barney, he didn't say a word.
Why don't you take his disguise off, Speed?
Haven't got time to even do that, Gene. We're going to wait with everything until we get him back to Chief Riley in New York.
Yes, we came here mainly to say goodbye, Dr. Kingsley. Are Larry and Marcia all right?
Yes, they were asleep when we left the hotel.
That's all those kids need. Plenty of rest and good care.
I would have liked to have said goodbye to Miss Marcia and Larry, but we'll see them back in America pretty soon.
Well, that reminds me, Clint. What arrangements have been made for getting us out of Tibet?
Well, I've given full instructions to Bob Gilmore, Doctor, and Chief Tipo. I left them in Lhasa to clear up things that we didn't want to wait for. But they'll come here as soon as possible.
Bob's going to bring you and Gene and the Winfields out of Tibet, just as soon as Miss Marcia and Larry are strong enough to travel, Dr. Kingsley.
Oh, I'll be so glad to get back to America.
I am sorry that your visit to Tibet has been such an unhappy one, Miss Kingsley. I hope that you will not judge our country by the circumstances which were caused by the octopus.
Oh, no, Mr. Searing. I think Tibet is wonderful.
Yes, indeed. Someday we'll come back when we have more time to see the wonders of Lhasa and similar cities.
I hope so.
Well, and now I think we'd better be on our way. The plane all ready, Barney?
Yep, she's waiting over at the landing field outside Nagchuka.
We better get going then. Y'all coming to see us off?
Oh, I should say so, Speed.
Well, you'll soon be following us, Gene. You'll see us off now, but when you return to America, we'll be there to welcome you. Well, come along, everybody. Come along, Gene.
Bye.
You too, Speed.
Yeah, let's get going.
Have you and Speed got your parachutes fastened on, Barney?
Yeah, Clint.
Well, then I guess everything's set. Oh, Mr. Searing.
Yes, Mr. Barlow.
On behalf of the International Secret Police, I want to thank you for aiding us in our pursuit of the octopus. If there's any way in which we can ever cooperate with you or your government, I hope that you will call on us immediately.
Thank you, Mr. Barlow. It has been a great pleasure to know all of you. My government is sorry that you must leave so quickly. We hope to honor you and Speed and Mr. Dunlap as you deserve. But that will have to wait. We understand the need for haste.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Searing. I hope you can come to America someday.
Thank you, Speed. I shall try my best.
And now, Octopus, you and Quan Wu climb inside the plane. You better go along, too, Barney.
It's a pleasure.
Well, and now, goodbye, Gene, Dr. Kingsley. Goodbye until we meet again.
So long, Gene. So long, Doctor.
Goodbye, Clint. Goodbye. How are Quan Wu and the octopus enjoying the flight, Speed?
They're quiet enough, Barney. I'm keeping an eye on them while you and Clint take the plane over these mountains.
Yeah, it's no cinch hopping over these babies. These are the Himalayas.
Better climb even higher, Barney. We're still below those peaks ahead.
I'd better fly around them then, don't you think? Otherwise, you'll have to drag out the oxygen tank.
All right, then fly around if you want to risk yourself in the downdrafts.
They won't bother me none. We're so high that even a downdraft wouldn't do any more damage than scare me to death.
Clint, the octopus has fallen asleep.
Oh, good. If he's asleep, he won't be figuring out a way of escape.
Don't kid yourself. That devilfish figures even in his sleep.
No use now. Golly, just think, fellas. We've really caught the octopus. It's almost too good to be true.
Well, you glad it's all over, Speed?
Well, I'm glad we caught him, Clint. But, gee, I liked all the adventures we had in doing it, even the real dangerous ones.
Yeah, I suppose you'll never get tired of adventures, Speed. Clint and me never do. Oh, we talk a lot about vacations and stuff, but we're always restless until we're on another case.
Say, do I hear right? Grandma is really breaking down and admitting that he likes adventure.
Ah, nobody ever takes me serious.
Quan Wu,
Yes, Master?
are the secret police watching us?
Only the boy. And now even he is not watching. They are laughing. They believe you to be asleep.
That is exactly what I wanted them to believe.
What do you mean? Have you some plan?
Quan Wu, I swore a long time ago that the secret police would never catch me alive.
You do not mean...
Do not waste words. Let me know if the boy turns his head. Nothing must interfere with my plan.
They are paying no attention to us now. They are watching the mountains below.
Quan Wu, we are near the door.
Yes,
Handcuffed as you are, can you open it without attracting attention?
I believe so. Yes, I am sure of it.
Can you do it quickly?
Yes.
Then listen carefully. When the opportune moment arrives, I want you to open the door, then stand aside. I am going to jump from the plane.
Jump. But you will be killed.
Better this way than the slower death at the hands of the secret police.
But what will happen to me?
If you do not talk, Quan Wu, my band will find a way of freeing you from whatever prison you may be in. If you do betray the organization, you will be found in your prison and destroyed. Most unpleasantly.
I would never talk, never.
Good. I thought you would see wisdom.
Wait, the boy is looking. Now it is safe once more.
It will be a little while before he turns again. Now is the time to open the door.
But, Master, you have no chance of coming through this alive.
Open the door.
Yes, Master. Farewell.
Goodbye. And remember, do not turn traitor.
No.
The octopus, he's jumping!
Quick, get back there before Wu jumps, too.
Here, what are you doing? Gee whiz!
Have no fear, Speed Gibson. I love life better than to jump from a plane over the Himalayas.
Clint, Barney, can you see the octopus?
Yes, from this window. It's falling fast. Come up here, Speed.
So he'd rather go out that way than have us take him alive.
Yes, and we'd never be able to find his body in this section of the Himalayas.
Gosh, makes you feel kind of funny inside, doesn't it?
Yeah, the end of the octopus. Look, he's disappeared through that cloud bank.
Yes. As mysterious in death as he was in life. I wonder if we'll ever learn his real identity.
Maybe from Wu.
I don't think even he knew that, Speed. Well, all we can do is continue on with our flight and make our report in New York.
What sort of report, Clint?
Case of World versus the Octopus. Closed by sudden death of defendant.
That devilfish didn't need no defense.
I should say not.
Gee, octopuses are funny creatures.
Well, in our report to New York, I'll close the case. I don't mind telling you we're all lucky to have come out of it alive. Well, Speed, this is the end of your first case with the International Secret Police.
Two episodes of Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police from the mid-late 1930s. By the way, the actor who played Speed's uncle was Howard McNear, a popular radio actor who would eventually play Floyd the Barber on The Andy Griffith Show. Now, we shift gears for one of radio's best remembered juvenile radio shows, Let's Pretend. Let's Pretend was aired weekly from the studios of the CBS radio network. The show was first heard in 1929 in the very, very early days of radio. It continued in one form or another for 2 decades. Now, a classic episode of Let's Pretend.
It's so good to eat, yes, we have it every day. We sing this song, it will make us strong, and it makes us shout, hooray! It's good for grown babies and grown-ups to eat. For all the family's breakfast, you can't beat cream of wheat.
Cream of Wheat, the great American family cereal, presents Let's Pretend. Well, thank you for that nice welcome, and hello, pretenders. Well, you all set for a story? I said it, did I? All right, Gwen, Sybil, what comes in the story department?
Well, the story is Thumbelina, Uncle Bill.
And it's Miriam Wolf's turn to suggest how we travel to Let's Pretend Land.
Well, how about some giant ducks?
Oh. Ducks are okay by me. Everybody all set?
Yeah, come on.
1, 2, 3. Every man for himself. Straight over, Let's Pretend. Stop at the story of Thumbelina. Fly away, Duck. If you'll pardon the pun, Uncle Bill, I wouldn't duck out on a trip like this for the world. Fun, isn't it?
You bet it is, Sybil. And I just have a hunch that you don't duck cream of wheat at breakfast time either. And that's because most happy, healthy boys and girls like you take to that smooth, tempting cream of wheat like a duck takes to water. And flavor, man, oh man. Just wait till you try it. Do that tomorrow morning. Eat a better breakfast, feel better all day. Get a better start the cream of wheat way. And don't forget our special cream of wheat game comes right after the first act of today's story, Thumbelina. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of singing flowers, a fairy queen gave a magic seed to Marilyn, a mortal lady. Our story begins the following morning in Marilyn's living room.
Oh, Mistress Marilyn, come here quickly. What is it, Katie? The magic seed the fairy queen gave you. Look, it's blossomed. Oh, into a golden tulip. Yes. Oh, how pretty. I'm going to kiss you, you pretty golden tulip. There. Oh, look, Mistress Marilyn, something's happening. Why, Katie, the tulip is opening. Hello. Oh, saints be praised. Look, Mistress Marilyn. Look at that little bit of a girl standing in the tulip big as life.
Oh, my goodness. Are you giant?
Can I believe my eyes? Oh, you darling little girl. Who are you and where did you come from?
Why, the fairy queen sent me to you. She said you wanted a little child. Here I am.
You mean you were inside the golden tulip?
Oh, yes. I'm very comfortable here. It's soft and roomy, and the petals fold up and keep me warm.
Why, you're no bigger than half my thumb. What's your name, darling?
The fairy queen didn't say anything about a name. Do all mortals have names?
Of course, dear. Well, we find a name good enough for the mice. I shall call her Thumbelina, Katie, because, as I said, she's no bigger than my thumb, and she could hide in the shingle. Thumbelina it is. And a fine name it is for her, too, Mistress Marilyn.
Thumbelina. Is that my name?
Yes, my darling. And now, Katie, what shall we use for a cradle for her?
Oh, well, no.
How about the hand-painted teacup with the roses on it? Oh, no, it's much too big. Oh, I know. Get me half a walnut shell. Oh, yes, Mum, the very thing, Mum. And then we'll line it with violet blossoms. They're soft and silky.
Oh, yes, I like that. And may I have a rose petal for my pillow? I always slept on one at the fairy's house.
A rose petal for a pillow, of course.
Oh, I'm so sleepy. I think I'll take a nap. Will you excuse me, please? Good night.
Good night, Thumbelina. Sleep well in your flower cradle.
I'm Messenger Bumblebee.
But where am I?
I found you asleep in a lady's slipper and I stole you.
What do you intend to do with me?
I'm going to take you to the Royal Bumblebee Palace.
Oh, no. Oh, don't take me away, please.
Don't argue with me, little one. I've had my orders direct from the King Bee himself. Get on my back and hold tight. Come now.
No, put me down. I don't want to go. Put me down.
Husband, someone is coming.
Quiet, everyone. Look, Eve, here comes our messenger. What is that he carries?
It looks like a maiden, a mortal, and yet so tiny she rests on only one of his wings.
Oh, most royal bee king, see what I have brought for you.
Put me down, you ugly bird. Put me down.
What is this tiny creature, messenger bee, and who is she?
A bride for your son, the prince bee. Is she not exactly what you were looking for? Is she not beautiful, queen bee?
Why, I don't like her at all. She hasn't wings. She hasn't feelers. She has only 2 legs.
I think he's ugly. I don't care what you think. I want to go. Put me down.
You're quite right, Queen Bee. We can't use a mortal, however small she may be. Let her go.
What's to become of me now? Where shall I go?
That's your problem. Now run along. You're not suited to the bee kingdom. Run along.
I think you're all horribly rude people, and I wouldn't live here for anything in the world.
No wings.
No feelers.
No use.
Please, lady. Won't you let me come in? I'm frozen. Brother, come in. My goodness, you're a tiny girl. This is no kind of weather for such a little person as you. Come in. Oh, I'm so cold. And that snow, every flake of it tumbled me over. Who are you, please? I'm Mrs. Mouse. Yes, it's the field. I've lived in this cornfield for years. What did you say your name is? I'm Thumbelina, Mrs. Mouse. And I've been lost for days. Oh, poor little girl. And now winter has come, and I can't stand the cold. Oh, please, dear Mrs. Mouse, may I live here with you? Oh, well. I'll be very good, and I'll work if only you'll let me stay. Well, why not? You're so little you can't be much help. But then you won't be much trouble. So come along. Here, sit on this thimble by the fire and watch me while I make some pudding for dinner. Oh, thank you. You're very kind. And your house is so cozy and clean. Oh, dear Mrs. Field Mouse, I'm truly grateful.
Uncle Bill, isn't there some kind of special celebration coming up this next week? Some holiday or something?
Hey, audience, do you happen to know what the big event is next Friday? You're right, pretenders. And this morning it's a big 4th of July game that promises to be the poppin'est, banging'est sound effect game we ever played. Now, first, tell me, what kind of sound does a skyrocket make? Yes, well. And remember, once you touch off your appetite with a taste of that smooth, delicious cream of wheat, brother, you'll skyrocket to a brand new high in eating enjoyment. Yes, sir, that super tempting cream of wheat flavor will take you right out of this world. Okay, pretenders. Now let's hear you make like a pinwheel. That's it. Perfect, audience. And if you have been spinning around like a pinwheel looking for a dish that hands you bodybuilding nourishment, just give enriched 5-minute cream of wheat a whirl. It's that great breakfast treat that gives you iron, calcium, phosphorus, vitamin B1, hard-driving food energy, and more of these famous food elements than any other cereal at a cost of less than a penny a bowl. And now, audience, to wind up our game with a real bang, let's hear you come through with the sound of a giant cannon cracker. Great. And remember, for a bang-up breakfast dish that's fairly popping with food power and busting with flavor, help yourself to that 100% red, white, and blue American favorite, cream of wheat. Get enriched 5-minute all-regular cream of wheat at your grocer's today. It's whipping flavor. It's way down. It's plenty smooth. Thanks a lot, audience. And now back to today's story, Thumbelina. After being stolen by the bumblebee and then rejected by the bee kingdom, poor Thumbelina finds a home with Mrs. F. Mouse. The F is for field. Months have passed, and we find them in the cozy kitchen talking.
Thumbelina.
Yes, Mrs. Mouse.
Do you know who's coming over to see us today?
No.
Oh, well, you know I've spoken so often of my rich neighbor who wears the very beautiful fur coat, and the one who has an underground palace of hundreds of rooms.
Oh, yes, I remember. What did you say his name was?
Mr. A. Mole. He's a very charming person, and he's rich, too. He can give you a beautiful home, take good care of you, and it will make me very happy if you will consent to marry him.
Oh, Mrs. Mouse, you've been kind to me all the time I've been here. Oh, but please, I don't want to marry anyone.
There's Mr. Mole. I guess he's finally finished the tunnel from his home to our front door. Come in, Mr. Mole. Come in.
How do you do, Mrs. Mouse? My goodness, it's been a long time since we met.
Yes, hasn't it? Mr. Mole, this is my dear little companion, Thumbelina.
How do you do, Mr. Mole?
Oh, my goodness, you are tiny, huh? Well, you come just to my shoulder, don't you?
I was telling Thumbelina about your lovely home, Mr. Mole.
Would you like to come with me now and see it?
Oh, yes, I would.
Oh, well, then come along. Oh, by the way, Thumbelina. Now, don't be frightened, but there's a dead robin in the passageway. I didn't take the time to have him removed. Now, don't let it startle you. Now, come along now.
Lead the way, Mr. Mole.
Now, step down there, Mrs. Mouse.
All right. Thumbelina will have to jump. There you are.
Oh, there's the little dead robin.
Now, wait, I'll take it out of the way.
Oh, no, don't, please. Let me bury him.
What? A silly bird, and you want to take the trouble to bury him?
Oh, please, I do. Perhaps he was the one who sang to me so sweetly in the woods all summer, before Mrs. Mouse let me live with her. Oh, please, Mr. Mole, please take him.
Very well, if you really want to.
We will go on.
Now, we'll leave the door open so you can find your way.
As soon as you bury it, come to Mr. Mole, Thumbelina. You just follow the tunnel. You can't get lost. Hurry up.
Yes, Mrs. Mouse.
Oh,
Oh, you poor little bird. How sorry I am. Such pretty wings. And your big, soft eyes. They're so still and dull. Look, little robin, I'll cover you with this pretty willow quilt I wove myself. There. The cold ground won't touch your pretty feathers. Oh, I wish you weren't so still and cold. If my hands weren't so little, perhaps I could warm you back to life. What do I hear? Oh, little robin, can it be? Are you alive? Oh, you pretty, pretty bird. Oh, how wonderful.
Thank you, little lady. Thank you. The warmth of your coverlet brought me back to life. I was completely numb from the cold. But now I can sing with joy once again because you saved my life.
Oh, little robin, stay here and let me nurse you back to health.
Oh, no. No, I couldn't. A big fellow like me and you so tiny.
Oh, please. I can make you a warm little nest on the floor and care for you until you're well. Oh, please, my friend, let me help you.
Your kindness to me is more than I deserve. But if you really want me to, I shall stay. And I'll be very grateful.
Oh, I'm glad. And now, will you sing to me your song of spring?
Of course. I'm so happy I couldn't help it if I tried.
Oh, how sweet. Sing it again and again.
good friend, Mr. Mole asked me again today for your hand in marriage. And I told him you would accept. Oh, Mrs. Mouse, you didn't. I did, my dear. There's no use in your being a silly little girl any longer. You're old enough to be married, and you should be. Mr. Mole can offer you every luxury. Oh, but Mrs. Mouse, while I'm grateful to you, I just couldn't. Thumbelina, now listen, you will obey me. Now, I've been patient long enough. At the first sign of spring, we will have a wedding feast, and you will marry Mr. Mole. Really, you should be very proud to be the wife of a man who wears such a handsome fur coat every day in the year. But I don't love him. Nonsense. You'll marry him and be a good wife to him. So dry your eyes now and start to weave the cloth for your wedding dress. Spring is not far away.
Come in, Mrs. Mole.
Why, certainly, Mr. Mole. I was expecting you.
Is Thumbelina dressing for the ceremony?
Yes. She is the loveliest bride I have ever seen.
Oh, what I wanted to ask you. Will you come over and see if the Frog Orchestra is properly arranged to play the wedding march?
Of course. Thumbelina, I'm going to Mr. Mole. I'll be back in a minute. All right, Mrs. Mouse. Mind now. Hurry up and get into your wedding gown. It's nearly time for the ceremony. Yes, Mrs. Mouse. Oh, Spring. Never have you seen such an unhappy girl. Why? Why must I marry a person I don't love? And to live in that darkened palace? Blue skies. Goodbye. What do I hear? Can it be that... Oh, it is. Oh, my little Robin friend. Oh, Robin, welcome, welcome.
Hello, Thumbelina. I'm so glad to see you. Spring is here, and I could hardly wait to see you again. How are you, my little friend?
Miserable.
Why?
Because they're making me marry someone I don't love.
Thumbelina, do you want to go with me to a magic country? Shall I take you back to your own native land where you'll be among people like yourself?
Oh, Robin, yes. I would give anything to be back with them. How can I do it?
Get on my back. I'll take you. Get on my back quickly. Here comes Mrs. Mouse.
All right.
Hold on to my feathers. Tight now. I don't want the wind to blow you off.
All right, hurry.
I told you about. There it is, just ahead.
Where? I can see nothing but blue sky and the tops of trees.
Look down there. See all the flowers blooming?
Oh, I can. It makes me dizzy. Oh, now I see.
Hold tight. I'm going to fly straight down. Here I go. Hold on. There we are.
But where? Lovely flowers, beautiful colors. But what else, Robin?
Yeah, come with me. Can you climb up this tulip stem?
Oh, yes, if you'll help me just a little.
There you go. All right now. Open the petals, Your Majesty.
Oh, Robin, look. The petals are opening. Why, I remember now. I used to live in a golden tulip, just like this.
Greetings, Robin. We were expecting you. But who is this dainty little lady? Why, she's even smaller than I.
Your Highness, King of Flowers, this is Thumbelina.
Your Highness, I'm most happy.
Welcome, my princess. Oh, little Robin, you have brought me the princess of my dreams.
Oh, Your Majesty, you're very kind.
Oh, but it's true. Each spring when the tulips blossom, I have hoped to find you. And here you come to me out of the clear blue sky on the wing of a robin. What is your name, Princess?
Mortals name me Thumbelina, but somehow it never seemed to suit me.
Will you live here, Princess, and change your name to one of our kingdoms?
To what, Your Highness?
Will you take the name of Maya?
Maya. It's a pretty name, but just what does it mean?
It means, in the language of the flowers and birds, all that is lovely in springtime. And in the language of the heart, I love you. Maya, Princess, will you be my queen?
Oh, yes, Your Highness, I will. Oh, little Robin, call your friends. Give us your blessing and song.
May you live happily all the rest of your life. Sing, little Robin. Sing for happiness.
And now, before we tell you about next week's exciting story, tell me, audience, what's the treat that appetizes and for cooking speed takes all the prizes? You said it, pretenders. That quick-to-fix enriched 5-minute cream of wheat cooks to full digestibility even for babies in just 5 minutes of boiling. Now, that's what I call speed. And as for flavor, well, what do you say we let you be the judge tomorrow morning? Help yourself to cream of wheat and get that cream of wheat feeling. Remember,
For the family breakfast, you can see cream of wheat.
the pretenders for today were
Sybil Trent,
Thumbelina,
Betty James Holland,
Mistress Marilyn,
Anne-Marie Geyer,
Katie the maid,
Miriam Wolfe,
the bee messenger,
Jack Prime,
Mrs. Fieldmouse,
Daisy Olden,
Mr. A. Mole,
Bob Reddick,
the king bee,
Arthur Anderson,
the queen bee,
Gwen Davies,
the king of the flowers,
Kingsley Colton,
the robin.
Albert Alley.
The bird imitation was by Henry Boyd. The original music was composed and conducted by Maurice Brown. Let's Pretend is written for radio by Nyla Mack and directed by Albert Ward. Now, if you live in or near New York and you'd like to see a broadcast of Let's Pretend, drop a postcard to Cream of Wheat, CBS, New York, for your free ticket. Would you be surprised if your brother turned into a fawn when he drank water out of a small brook and then started to talk? What would you do when the king and his hunters came through the woods and shot arrows at the fawn? Would you like to hear what happened back at the king's palace and how the wicked witch mother of the brother and sister did all in her power to destroy them? Then listen next Saturday to the story of how the kindly king, through his love for the sister, returned the fawn to human form and brought the witch mother to justice in the story of Brother and Sister. This is Bill Adams saying, remember to eat cream of wheat, great American family cereal. CBS, Columbia Broadcasting System.
Well, that's it. Another episode of the radio shows young Americans love the best. I'm River Gibbs, inviting you to join me next time, right here.